Have you ever been at a party or in a social gathering and somebody comes up and starts talking with you and they just somehow become the center of the conversation? They dump everything imaginable on you in that really short few minutes of a conversation, whether it's their whole life story, the dating history that they have that's been terrible, their financial problems, their whole backstory, and you are like, can you get me out of this room? And I've been pondering this a lot lately, and I've really come to realize that validation or the need for seeking approval and recognition is really a cry for connection. And a lot of times, if you're in that boat, you don't really realize that that's really what you want. And so, if you're struggling to make friends or find a sense of community and you find people fleeing away from you, they run the other direction when you come that way, you might want to take a pause and look at your internal communication and kind of what you're needing from other people when you're trying to meet them. And validation is not a bad thing, and the need for affirmation and approval, it comes from somewhere. It's a very innate human need. And it is something that, as gay men, we tend to struggle with because we're in a community where it's comparison is really strong, and the need to feel that you are a certain type of guy that's going to be attractive, and there's this competition. There's this need to, and if you feel insecure, you're going to double down on the need to feel validated and whatever it is that you think you need validation for, whether it's your physique or your clothing or the income that you make, whatever. And think about why that is and recognize that it's not a bad thing. But if you want to actually make connections with other people, really think about what it is that's driving you. If you struggle with connecting with someone and this is kind of your propensity to actually just overshare or dump, think through why it is and what you're looking for and learn to establish some boundaries for yourself where you can value the other person and really lead from a place of strength. Because unfortunately, when you leave from a place of weakness, this is how people start to view you. They start to see you as someone who is just going to need something from them, and they just pick up on it like nobody's business. People in general, as human beings, we love drama. Drama is very intoxicating. It's a stimulant. It just it puts a little spice in your interactions with people, and it's exciting in a way. And so when you can come up with something that feels like over the top or some kind of thing like you're going to outdo the other person, it's a fast way to gain a sense of approval and connection. It can create a sense of significance. So I'm going to encourage you that, maybe perhaps journal, share your feelings in thought on words. And if it comes down to it, get some professional help. Seek some guidance from a professional counselor or a psychologist who might be able to help you deal with and work through some of those needs and those issues for validations. Because human beings, yes, we may have that need, and especially as gay men, we have that strong drive to be approved, but it is not everybody else's problem to solve for you. And instead of doing that, really use those opportunities where you can say, hey, listen, I'm struggling and I need a little bit of support, or I've had just a really rough week. Do you mind if we can have a cup of coffee and I could just hear about your week instead? Because I think mine is pretty bad. Whatever it is, really want to encourage you to do that.